Call the meeting to order. I have about 11:03 a.m. We've established that a quorum is present, and we're going to start with the consent agenda. Consideration and approval of the September 16th, 2021 DHRC meeting minutes. Now, everybody's had an opportunity via email to look those over. Are there any questions or changes or corrections or concerns on any of them?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Okay, great. All in favor say aye. Aye. And we'll move along to the regular agenda. We start with case CA21-04 and DD21-14, 113 East Concho Avenue. And with that, I'll turn it over to staff.
Zach Rainbow, Planning and Development Services. As you mentioned, this is a request for approval of two signs in the Central Business District located at 113 East Concho Street, Suites 100 and 110. Here's the sign renderings that the applicant submitted. Pictures of where they will be located on the buildings. This was reviewed pursuant to the design criteria, the 10 criteria listed in the River Corridor plan. Those are listed in your staff report. There's 10 criteria, mainly to maintain and preserve the historical nature of the building, minimal alterations and visual impacts, and colors not detrimental, and also the structure is, or what is being done is not detrimental to the existing structure. Again, these are in your staff report. The signs in question were to be removed. They're hanging by chains. It would not destroy any of the historical or architectural features of the building. Staff is recommending approval. The colors, dimensions, and materials of the signs are consistent with the theme of the historical nature of the historical property being served. And the applicant shall obtain any signs and permits necessary if approved. Staff is recommending approval, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. I'll go back to some.
Okay. Any commissioners have questions for staff? Nope. Okay. Is there anybody in the public that wishes to come forward and say anything about this issue? No? Then if there's no further discussion, I'll call for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion, a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right. Congratulations. Thanks for participating in the process. What was that? Fat Cats Gaming. RC 21-07, 910 Baker Street will be the next thing on the agenda.
All right, good morning, Commissioners. Jeff Fisher, Chief Planner. We've got 3 more cases, and we're going to whip through these. This one's pretty straightforward, 910 Baker Street. It's for a new single-family home. If you're in the River Corridor, single-family homes are actually exempt from these approvals unless, of course, you're a lot that is abutting the river, and this one is abutting the river. It's 9.025 acres in District 3, Harry Thomas, in the Fort Concho neighborhood. These are the building elevations and colors that were submitted. It's a little hard to tell on the screen, probably because of the lighting, but that is a beige at the top, so that the main wall facades on the home will be that realist beige, and then you'd have an off-white called white flower for the window trim and the doors, and then asphalt shingled roofing. So that's what they're proposing. It's very similar to what you see in the neighborhood. I'll show you a couple of pictures. There's a 830 Baker Street, very similar siding, wood lap siding with the asphalt shingles on the roof, and another one across the street at 909 Baker Street. So the new homes building form, siding, and colors will reflect the scale and pattern of the neighborhood. That's one of the policies, and then the materials and colors themselves are consistent with what you see in the neighborhood. Staff's recommendation is to approve RC 2107, subject to the 3 conditions as outlined. Colors, dimensions, and materials shall be consistent with renderings approved by the DHRC, and minor deviations may be approved by the planning director. Number 2, applicant shall obtain all required permits from permits and inspections, including a site plan showing the building on the lot, compliance with zoning standards, They did submit a building permit, and that is pending this decision today. And third, prior to issuance of a permit, the applicant shall verify lot dimensions are consistent with the current subdivision plat, otherwise a replat will be required. That was noted in the permit as well as in our pre-consultation we've had with them. Applicant is here for further comments. Any questions?
Questions for staff? Okay, so we'll open it up to public comment if anybody wishes to come forward and say anything about it.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any further discussion from any of the commissioners? All right, if not, then I'll call for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that one's gone too. Congratulations, thanks for participating. So we're going to move on to RC 21-08, 517 West Tuig Avenue.
Okay, next case, RC 2108. So this property, 517 West Tuig, is 0.264 acres, also in District 3, Harry Thomas in the downtown neighborhood. This is a financial investment company. They've been there for many years, and they want to do an addition at the back for more space. So that's why they're here today. This is within walking distance of the Riverwalk. So this is the concept plan that was provided by Gary Donaldson Architect. It's approximately 665 square feet at the back. My understanding is that it'll be used for more office space in the building. They're also adding a couple new parking spots that you can see up at the top. They already have, I believe, 5, and they're adding a couple more, as well as an ADA space over here. This is the excellent color rendering that was provided. You see the woodlap siding, and then the addition, it will match exactly what you see on the house. It'll just be an extension. This is the front of the house. This is the back where the addition's going to be. This is the parking area. They had one sign that they've already put up. Unfortunately, it's just over the property line on the other side of the sidewalk, so they'll have to move that back and get a sign permit. I have talked to the applicant about that. That shouldn't be an issue once they move it back. So rationale, we are approving this one as well, our recommendation. The new home will match the existing materials. Colors and materials are consistent with the River Corridor Master Plan. There's a couple other parts as well to this application. One is a wood privacy fence that's required by zoning that'll go along the back. It's just a wood picket fence. And then the sign. So you're approving the addition to the building, the fence, and the sign today, if you choose. 3 conditions of approval. The standard comment, colors, dimensions, and materials shall be consistent with what you all approved today. They shall obtain a building permit. And then 3, applicants shall obtain a sign permit and relocate that sign. One note is this one will also require a replat prior to issuance of a permit. We've had those discussions as well. That's just a note. That's not part of this process today. And that concludes our presentation. The applicant is here for further questions.
Yeah, I think they covered all the bases on that one.
It looks like
It was
it
a
to me.
good presentation.
I did have one question just to clarify. Did you say that the fence is required? And if the fence is required, why would we approve something the city required? I got lost on that. what you said.
Because the fencing is also in the river corridor, so all you'd be doing is approving the design. The construction of the fence would be tied to the permit.
Okay.
So this is just if you're okay with a wood fence, essentially.
Does that property back up to residential? Is that why they have to have that
Yes,
fence?
that's right.
See, on commercial, you have to have 6-foot screening between that and residential.
Okay. All right, that makes more sense to me now. All right. Okay, is there any public comment? Anybody in the public that wishes to come forward and say anything? Nope, okay. All right, if there's not any further conversation or questions or discussion amongst the commissioners, we'll call for a motion.
Motion to approve?
Okay, second, and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Terrific. That one is approved as well. And moving right along, we'll go to RC 21-09, which is 612 South Irene Street.
All right. So this is our last case today, 612 Irene. This is the Region 15 Service Center, and just due to the hail damage and just overall aesthetics and blockage of sunlight. They do want to put a carport to screen some of the employee vehicles at the northwest corner of the property facing Short Street. So that's why they're here today. This is also abutting the river corridor, so it needed to get approved. Couple maps, vision plan, and zoning, which allows the use. This is where the carport would go. It's out of that site triangle. It would comply with all the zoning. It's just, do you all want to approve this today? Here, there's an existing fence along that side, so the carport, I believe the applicants here should be about 7 or 8 feet clearance, so it will stick up beyond the fence, and you'll see it from the street. In this case, at the time of review, we believe we didn't have enough materials and details to provide a recommendation, so we had recommended tabling. I did call the applicant. The applicant is here and does have some more information of materials and colors to provide us with, and so I think we're going to open that up to discussion. If you all do decide you want to approve that today, that's fine, and that could change our recommendation also.
Okay, should we start with that? Go ahead. Commissioner Mazur, do you have a question?
Yeah, I just had a question on the other side of that fence. What is that? Is that commercial on the other side of the fence where the?
Yeah, I think on one side there is another commercial.
No, where it's got
use,
that
yeah.
berm. What is that? So.
That
so-
berm is just on Swart Street.
Oh,
Right
okay.
there, on the other side of Swart Street is residential.
Oh, it's, okay. So
Yeah,
that's
but-
why that 6-foot fence is there, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll be 2 feet inside of that fence with the finished carport.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, so your screening is already there, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that's all, they only require 6 foot.
Yeah, like I said, we're late
Yeah.
to this, but here's a picture of an existing building that's about 100 yards to the east, and then a sketch of the carport and,
Thank you.
layout, and then here's the actual material, the colors that would match that existing metal building. The roof would be
Yeah, it's the same,
that
yeah.
tan color, and then the gutter is what you'd see, and the framework would be the burnished slate color of the gutter.
So how many cars will it hold?
I think this is,
140 foot long?
yeah,
That's
let's
20,
see, I guess
yeah.
it's 14 cars at 10-foot
Yeah.
spaces is how the car, it's already striped, and so
Yeah.
that's how it's laid out.
Oh, okay. So they're already parking there anyway.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
parking
mean, they're
lot's been
using-
approved.
it's just they want it covered.
They just want it covered from the dumpster going
Is there
back
any
14
other covered
spaces.
parking on that lot, on that?
No, there's some pictures of carports that are across the street
Oh.
on the other side of Irene that, those are carports for,
So that's like an apartment or something? like-
yeah, Granger McDonald's, I
Yeah,
can't think of the name of
okay.
the apartment.
Okay. That's the only question I had.
Anybody else have any questions for the applicant or further questions for staff?
No?
Okay, if not, we'll open it up for public comment and be sure we don't miss that step. Anybody in the public that wishes to come forward? No, that's good. Did we need to get his name for the record? I don't think I asked him to do that. Would you put your name into the record, please?
Sure, my name is Doug Tungate, for Venair Awning and representing Region 15.
Terrific, thank you very much.
These are basically the same colors as the building, right?
I'm sorry?
These are all the same colors as the building, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the same color of the building. The building's about 100 yards to the east, and it's right on Swart Street.
Commissioners, does anybody feel the
I
need
don't
to
see-
table
I don't
this?
have- I don't have a problem with it. I think it's consistent with what's there.
Yeah.
I think, and I know Doug, it's gonna be built to correct code and screening's there. I make a motion to approve as presented.
I'll second that. And Jeff, I mean, you're all right with that? There's not any reason for you to stop us from voting on it?
No, you can move
Terrific.
forward. The purpose of the tabling is because at that time we didn't have enough
Gotcha. That's
info,
fine.
but now we do.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. And it passes. Man, we're speedy this morning. That moves on to the division report, should there be one?
We have nothing for you this month.
Okay. And we'll finish with announcements. The next regular meeting of the DHRC is scheduled to begin on Thursday, December 16th, 2021, at 10 a.m. in council chambers. So we're going back to council chambers?
Yes, and that's just going to be for the December meeting. They had a conflict, and then starting in 2022, we'll stay in here.
Okay, sure, I'll remember that.
Yeah.
No problem.
I liked 11 o'clock. Anybody else?
I don't know, it makes a great deal of difference to me, really, but we'll discuss that. All right.
Rise the morning of the 10 o'clock.
This stuff now about the posting of the meeting, I don't need to announce that, do I?
No, you don't, just
Okay.
the adjournment.
All right, then we'll call for adjournment. Thank you, everybody.
We just need a first and a second on the adjournment, though.
We are going to take first and second on adjournment, okay.
I'll second that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, misunderstood.
No, it's okay.
How are you?
I never can remember which board has what.
Found the special poker rooms on our
11:19.